Hey everyone, I'm trying to be very multitask-esque, that's the word at the moment, because I have a video uploading as we speak on my laptop. What's in my bag video, which I've had done for ages, but my phone's been playing up, which I record my videos on, and blah blah, and all this stuff just failed on me. So finally I've got it sorted, so I thought I'd film another one now, just as this one's uploading, and kill two birds with one stone, which isn't a nice saying, is it? Because no one wants to kill birds, so forget I ever said that. I don't want to kill any birds or anything that has a heart. Yeah, so I'm going to do a kind of money advice video today, to make things clear before anyone's like, who are you to say what to do with your money, blah blah blah. I'm no expert, far from an expert. If you speak to anyone that knows me, they say that I just spend money like it's growing out of like I'm growing on trees outside. But these are kind of advice and tips that I've picked up from my first year at uni, because it's kind of the first time for me anyway when I was in charge of what my money went to, fully. So it's just some stuff that I've learnt along my journey this year, and hopefully people can kind of, you know, you guys can watch it and think, oh, that's a really good idea, or that's a rubbish idea, but this could work instead, or blah blah blah. So please comment if you have anything to say about it. And I'm just going to get going basically. So I'm writing all my notes in this little notepad because I'm being misorganised this month. So I have a couple, not a huge amount, but I'll probably just not evaluate, what's the word? I'll say one point and I'll go on about it. I don't know what the word is. Oh my god, how did I get into university? Okay, so basically my first point is really simple. Count your pennies. And it sounds a bit silly and something that your nan would say, but it kind of works. And for an example, oh, it's really heavy. These are all the pennies that I've collected recently in this bag, and it's really heavy. And they're probably about £1, maybe even less in there, but it's a pound more than you would have had if you'd just put them somewhere. Because pennies are a pain in the arse for everyone because you never buy anything with them. So normally at places like Asda, other supermarkets, they have like a penny machine where you can go and put all your pennies in there, and it transfers it into money that you can actually spend, like pound coins and notes if you've got loads. I think you have to pay for them, but it's still kind of saving money because what else would you done with your pennies? Shop assistants don't particularly like you spending. Say you buy like a chocolate bar for 50p, you give them 50 pennies, I think they're going to be pretty pissed off. So by doing that, you're kind of saving money. Well, I think so personally. Or you can be good and just put it in like a charity box, because to be honest, if you can probably go without the 50p that's in there. So you can normally get charity boxes if you can order them online if it's like a charity of your specific choice or things like that, and just put them in there every time you have a few in your purse, and then you can normally, someone might collect them or you can send them off and things like that. My second tip is have an old-fashioned piggy bank with you. I'll show you mine. It's up here. I got it for my 18th birthday from like a family friend, and it's quite cute. And basically I put money in there because I can't see it if it is in here. I can just see a cute pig. And then say put in kind of, if you've got money on you that you don't specifically need at that moment in time, or you've got a job and you get cash in hand, or you know, money from your parents, money from your grandparents if you're lucky, just shove it in there, and then say at the end of the month or end of a couple of months, open it and you'll probably be quite surprised how much you've got. That's just because I'm a bit of a kid, and if I see money I'll just spend it. With that, I don't actually see the note or the pound or whatever, it's just safe in my pig. And then, as I said, at the end of the month or whatever, you can get it out and be like, oh, I've got 20 quid or I've got 50 quid, and you can spend it on something that you need or that you've been kind of keeping your eye on for a while, because it feels like you've saved it, so you feel good about yourself, blah blah blah. Okay, my next tip is try not to use your credit cards or debit cards as much. Just use cash. I find this really tough as well. I'm guilty of using my card all the time, because it's so much easier than going to a cash point and getting money out or whatever. But it is dangerous, and if you get your credit card bill in at the end of the month or whatever, you kind of realise how much you actually spend without really thinking about it, because you're not actually passing cash over. So what I tend to do is, say you have a limit each week of, say, £50 for food, for alcohol, as you're in uni, clothes, going out, whatever, say £50 a week. Get that out on the Monday or the Sunday, have that in your purse. Say if you're going food shopping, you want to just spend £20, take your £20 with you, but always have your card, obviously, just in case you know, you need it or whatever for emergencies. But try and just spend those £20, because otherwise with your card you don't think about it at all. And I just think that's a really good piece of advice, because if you actually see a £20 note in your hand and you're passing it over, you know you've spent that £20, whereas a bit of plastic, you don't really think about it, or I don't anyway. My next bit of advice is look out for vouchers. Basically what I do is, if I'm buying something or going out for dinner or going to cinema, just before I go, just type into Google, say Odeon vouchers or Pizza Express vouchers, or whatever, where you're ever going, and more often than not there will be some kind of deal they're doing at the moment, and don't be afraid to use them. To begin with, I was a little bit like embarrassed to use vouchers all the time, because I always think people think, oh god, like such a cheapskate, blah, blah, blah. But if you look in, say, Pizza Express, everyone uses vouchers in there now, because they're so accessible and they're so easy to use. So yeah, just print off, and it might be like 2 for 1, or cinema sometimes it's like 40% off a ticket. I ordered a few things online the other day from Urban Outfitters, and I just literally typed in before I ordered it, Urban Outfitters vouchers, because you never know, and I got 20% off my order. So they're really, really useful and worth doing. And also, say like with Boots, I'm sure if you're into beauty and things you'll know about it, but if you spend, I think it's £5, yeah, if you spend £5 at Boots, you get a free £5 number 7 voucher. So what I tend to do is save them up, and then if you want to buy something, like, because number 7 is quite expensive, but say I think their powder's about £7. If you need a new powder, that's £2 using your voucher. So they're so handy, because loads of people just throw them away as if they're rubbish. I see that happen a lot, and it's so stupid, because they are literally what they say they are, £5 off number 7. So they're really worth it as well. So don't be afraid to use vouchers, is my piece of advice for you. Also, I'm really bad at this, but don't be afraid to ask for discounts if something isn't perfect. I'm not good at this because I get really embarrassed, but I've got friends that say like something, say a shirt, like my friend Matt the other day bought a shirt and a bit of the threading was coming off on the arm, so he kind of mentioned it to the lady in Top Man, I think we were, and she was like, oh, I'll give you 10% off it. So if a button's missing or something that you could easily fix, it's probably worth a go. Like, maybe not all of them will do it, but most retail places are meant to do it as well. If you know people working in retail, they will tell you that they've been told if there is something wrong with the product, they can't sell you it at the price that you're meant to. Yeah, so give that a go if you're brave enough. I'm not very good at that, but it's always worth a go. Food wise, if you're a student like I am and you're having to buy your own food to live, buy the cheap stuff. Some people I've found are quite snobby about the type of food they eat. They want to eat organic and they want to eat free ranged and all that kind of stuff, which is fine. I totally agree with it. I wouldn't ever be against that kind of thing, but conventionally it's not ideal if you're only being able to spend £20 a week on food, or you know, £30 a week on food, say. So buy the kind of owned brand stuff, give it a go. There's certain stuff that you can try that's really cheap and just tastes vile, so you use this more branded stuff. Like pesto, you need to buy the decent stuff. I tried Smart Price pesto and it was rank, but I gave it a go, so it's worth giving stuff a go, because sometimes, more often than not, I found they taste exactly the same. So I shop a lot in Aldi or Lidl if my money's running a bit tight, and you will literally see your cost of food go down by like half price, and I don't see a difference in the taste. If you put the right ingredients together, there's no difference, I don't think. kind of social wise, a good piece of advice I've got is to do secret Santas and like joint birthday presents. From my experience, in my flat this year there was 11 of us, and I'd say about 9 of us were really tight and really close. So at Christmas, instead of buying everyone individual presents like we probably wanted to because they mean a lot to you and things, we just brought one, and like, you know, everyone knows how a Secret Santa works. So we spent about £5 on one person, and everyone got a really nice present, and people didn't need to worry about not having enough money to buy presents for everyone and all this kind of stuff. And joint birthday presents as well. This year, the girls that I'm living with next year, we all just put in about £5 when we were buying presents. So there were 6 of us, so 5 times 6 is, oh my god, this is really bad, £30, which is a lot of money to get someone a really nice present. So that's kind of what we did, and we kind of treat people a bit more and get them nice stuff rather than like a shitty present each, to be honest. So that, I'd say that's a good piece of advice. What else is there? Oh yeah, and my last point is when you're buying toiletries, so like your shampoos, your toothpaste, things like that, it's normally a lot cheaper if you go to the 99p store or Poundland or somewhere like that, and it's the brand stuff, so you know it's the decent stuff. I'm not really sure why they sell it in there, but you can get them obviously for 99p or £1, and I'd really recommend doing that. Also kind of branded crisps, chocolate biscuits, things like that, they normally sell in there as well, and there's loads dotted around. I'm sure like most major towns will have them, and Wilkinson's, places like that, for branded deodorants and toiletries is really good, because you will save money then shopping in somewhere like a conventional drugstore like Superdrug or Boots. So yeah, I'm going to finish my video there. I hope you got some advice from it and things, and I will be uploading soon. Bye!